Arjun is in a miserable position. That is not the position of Arjun, the person. That is the situation of entire mankind. That is the conflict that we all face daily, every day. So first of all, it is not about Arjun and Krishna. It is not about two persons. Arjun and Krishna are both within us. Krishna is not standing in front of Arjun. Krishna is the heart of Arjun.
Verse 4 and 5 of chapter 7. This Prakriti of mine is divided eightfold thus: earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intellect, and also egoism. So the 5 classical elements, right? Plus manabuddhi and ahankar. So that's eightfold Apara Prakriti. And then he says, O mighty armed one, this is the inferior Prakriti, Apara Prakriti. Know the other Prakriti of mine, which however is higher than this, which has taken the form of individual souls, and by which this world is upheld. So he says, all these 8 should be known as lower Prakriti, inferior Prakriti, right? Apara Prakriti. And then there is that which is Prakriti, however higher than these 8 elements of the lower Prakriti, right? All these should be known, the 8 lower elements plus the higher element of Prakriti. And then the question says, when I compare these 2 verses with Sankhya Darshan, then all the elements stated under the Prakriti of Sankhya are listed as Apara Prakriti. Then please help me understand what is Para Prakriti and how is it different from Sri Krishna or Brahma. That which watches is the Para Prakriti. The audience would remember yesterday we were talking of Kshetra and Kshetragya, right? All that which can be seen is Apara Prakriti. The one who sees is Para Prakriti. What is then the sense of Krishna or Brahma or Atma? That which neither sees nor can be seen, but within which, in the light of which, all seeing happens. Are you getting it? Is it clear? Often we mistake Para Prakriti with the witness. Therefore we use words like I am witnessing my activities. The witness is one who is not at all interested in seeing anything. So when we generally use the term witness, what we are actually referring to is just Para Prakriti. And what is the Para Prakriti? It is nothing but the seeing consciousness. What is to be remembered here, what is to be noted here, is that even seeing is a form of participation. Even seeing involves intent. And where there is intent, there one is a participant. One is not a witness. In spiritual terms, the witness is not the one who sees something. In spiritual terms, the witness is the one who does not see anything. In spiritual terms, the witness is one who is not at all interested in seeing anything. In spiritual terms, the witness is one apart from which nothing else exists. Therefore, what is the question of seeing something beyond itself? Seeing something other than itself? Are you getting it? So generally, all that which you mean by the witness is merely Para Prakriti. If all that which we usually mean by the witness is just Para Prakriti, what is the witness then? That which holds no meaning. That which you cannot talk of, that which you cannot even refer to. Are you getting it? Come back to the basics. So, Prithvi, Agni, Jal, Vayu, Akash, the 5 classical elements, plus Manabuddhi, Ahankar, all this is Apara Prakriti. Why? Because all these can be seen. All these are the objects of the seeing consciousness. If you want to see, can't you see your own ego? When I often say watch yourself, does it not involve watching your ego as well? When you watch outside the limits of your body, when you see something that is beyond your body, then what do you see? You see the entire expanse of Prithvi, Agni, Jal, Vayu, Akash, the 5 elements, right? And equally, when I say watch yourself, then what do you see? Then you see the entire expanse of Manabuddhi and Ahankar. But what is common between these 5 plus 3? All of them are available to be seen. And it's a good spiritual practice to watch all of them. Observation. No? Looking outside, you watch the first 5. Looking within yourself, when you look at the processes of the mind, you watch the other 3. Right? Who is the one who watches all 3? Not the Atma. Not the Atma. Who is the one who watches these 3 plus 5, all 8? The Para Prakriti. The Para Prakriti too is mind. The Para Prakriti you can call as the seeing consciousness. Sri Krishna says, Para Prakriti is that which illumines the bodies of all. By that he refers to the shining consciousness within all of us. That consciousness which can see. That consciousness which illuminates everything and therefore watches everything. Right? Now out of these 8 elements of Apara Prakriti, which ones are easier to watch? Right. The ones that are outside the body. They are the easiest to watch. So even the 8 elements of Apara Prakriti can be divided into 2. The first 5 that are easier to watch. So when I say observe, usually people begin with observing the game of the first 5. So they'll say we are watching that, oh something is happening there, something, all these things. All this is about watching the interplay of the first 5 classical elements. Then as your power to observe increases, as you become more penetrative, then what do you start watching? The next 3, Manabuddhi, Ahankar as well. Then you start watching, oh I know now what is going on. Right? And who is the one who watches? The Kshetragya is the Para Prakriti. Right? None of these is Brahma Tattva or Atma or Sakshi. We will not conflate that. Right? That is beyond, not to be talked of. Clear? So that was the question. Please help me understand what is Para Prakriti and how is it different from Brahma? It's a good question to ask because often people mistake Para Prakriti for Brahma. They mistake the seer for the witness. There is a difference between seeing and witnessing. There is a difference between seeing and witnessing. In spirituality, the witness does not even see. In spirituality, the witness does not even see because even seeing carries a certain intent, a desire. Therefore, I am saying the seer cannot be a witness because the seer becomes some kind of a participant. The seer develops a relationship. The seer is in engagement. And the witness can be in no engagement. Don't you see that the Kshetragya is defined with respect to the Kshetra? So there obviously is an engagement. There is the Kshetra. And the very name of the Kshetragya is one who knows the Kshetra. Therefore, there is an obvious relationship. The witness cannot enter into a relationship with anything. Atma is asang. Asang means it can never have a relationship with anything. Whereas the Kshetragya has a definite relationship with Kshetra. Clear? So that's the difference. What moves into Krishna? Kshetra or Kshetragya? The Kshetragya moves into Krishna, right? How does the Kshetragya move into Krishna? By watching the Kshetra and defining itself less and less with respect to Kshetra. The Kshetragya is related to Kshetra only as long as happenings in the Kshetra are of interest to the Kshetragya. As long as happenings in the Kshetra are of interest to the Kshetragya, mind you, will keep changing as per the happenings in Kshetra. Therefore, the Kshetragya is being defined by the Kshetra. The Kshetragya, as long as he is engaged with the Kshetra, will be defined by the Kshetra. The Kshetragya moves closer to Krishna by having progressively less and less to do with Kshetra. When the watching starts losing its purposefulness, then watching starts turning into witnessing. And that's the way the watcher, the seer, moves from his engagement with the seen to his submergence into Krishna. Watch, but without intent. Watch, but have very little to do with what you are watching. That's the way the Kshetragya rises above the Kshetra and moves up and sublimates into Krishna.